LA caught on fire. Now, I am a LA resident. This is our first time ever experiencing anything like we experienced. And more fires started coming about. Next thing I know, Hollywood Hills is on fire. Everything over here on the east side is all right. Like, so far we're cool. We got an evacuation alert. My heart was like, wait a minute. I was conflicted because at the time, hey everybody, it is your favorite girl, Tyler Nicole Taylor, TNT. If you love me, welcome back to my channel and welcome to 2025. Oh, that was short-lived because today is January 10th, 2025, as we just celebrated. And yes, a few things hot off the press here. So let's review 2025 so far. As a matter of fact, I think I want to do like a proper sit down in my living room and have a talk sesh with y'all. I ate my little dinner, which consisted of Swedish meatballs, frozen Swedish meatballs, some mashed potatoes, and some mac and cheese that I made for Thanksgiving and then froze. I'm just going to chit chat with you and just yippity yap yap right now. Not about the catch up right just yet, but just while I set up. My office is a little bit hectic right now because I did my nails last night. And my kitchen also kind of junky, but that's because stuff needs to be put into the dumpster. Like, those boxes need to go to the dumpster. Those clothes need to go upstairs to get washed. And my cardigan needs to be hung up, just stuff like that. That's the food that I just ate, so that just got there. I don't even know why I'm showing y'all all my business like that. Anyway, let me set up this tripod and get these backlights on so we can chat. Okay. I hope my hair isn't like all over the place, child, because it's going to piss me off. All right. Let's talk about 2025 so far. So we are 10 days into this thing, and my 2025 kicked off with us losing a family member on New Year's Eve. After that, it was pretty much go mode with helping with wherever I could to assist with planning and all that kind of stuff. So I spent a lot of the first few days kind of engulfed in that. We all knew about the impending TikTok ban. Like, we've all been talking about this since the end of last year. So we knew that was coming. But we also learned with the January 10th hearing with the Supreme Court, I feel like I found that out at the beginning of the year. Could have been at the end of 2024, but when it's so close like that, you don't, it's hard to kind of decide or determine, was it 2024 when I first heard about it or 2025? It's hard to determine that. But I want to say, for the sake of conversation, that I think I learned about the Supreme Court hearing at the top of January. We knew that it could go either way. I just started like scrolling on TikTok like that last year. Ever since January hit, I've been feeling like, well, let me get my scroll on and indulge as much as I can, because January 19th, it's plausible that this thing is going to be gone. And I've been getting my scroll on ever since, okay? It's a part of my decompression at the end of the day and all of that. Sometimes I kind of feel like, girl, you do this too much. But in January, I was like, nah, like you need to go ahead and get your TikTok in, because it's gonna be gone. I learned about Lemonade. I set up a profile for that, and I'm trying to get acclimated to it. I've only posted like 3 things on there. I only have like 10 followers or something like that, which is fine, because I think I only have just over 100, maybe 200 followers on TikTok, because I don't really post like that on TikTok. I use it to be entertained by other people's posts. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta wait and see what's gonna happen. And as January continued to tick on, I want to say like January 5th, January 6th, somewhere around there, LA caught on fire. Now, I am a LA resident. I live in East LA. If you are a subscriber and you watch my videos, you might already know that. I do, in fact, live in LA County. It's been something. So when I first heard about the fires, I was just like, okay, I mean, yeah, it's a fire. Like, we have fires all the time. If you look at my day 1 Vlogmas, the one I posted for 2024, okay, so you didn't even got to go back that far. But day 1 Vlogmas, when we were headed to Joshua Tree, there was a wildfire on one of the mountains, and I caught footage of that. So that is something that does happen out here often, but it usually is in those type of places that's like high up in the mountains where it's a lot of greenery and stuff like that. For instance, when I first moved to LA, I think we moved to LA in 21. We left Joshua Tree where there was already like a wildfire going on, and it was so bad. We had ashes and debris everywhere. It ruined our pool. Like, it was really bad. And that carried on for like a week. And we could see, the skies all lit up and stuff like that, the smoke and all the different colors from the fire lighting up the sky. Like, we could see all of that from where we lived. Anyway, we still weren't close enough to where it would cause us to have to evacuate. So we left there around that time when the wildfire was going on up there, and came to LA. And it was wildfires going on, not necessarily in LA, but it wasn't that far, because I remember the skies being orange for like days, and it being just hazy and smoky in the air for days. And again, the ash and the debris just for days. It wasn't as devastating as this one was. This is our first time ever experiencing anything like we experienced. But it wasn't as devastating as this one was. And here is why I can say that for my personal experience. On the first day of the fires, I did not know that it was a fire. I found out from my cousin. He texted the family group chat and was like, hey, cuz, are you all right out there? These fires is crazy. And I'm like, what is he talking about? I had to Google it, okay? It wasn't showing up anywhere where I normally get information. Somehow I missed it. I found out, oh, the Pacific Palisades fire. Okay, that's what he's talking about. I was like, I don't think that is that close to me. So I don't think it's going to affect me as much as it would other people. So, I did what I was supposed to do in the group chat. Let everybody know we straight, we good. I don't think it's that close. But the next day happened, and more fires broke out. It was like, wait, what? It was just like they was just coming out of nowhere. Granted, yes, it was due to high speed winds, which we did get some high winds over here. That second day, my windows were shaking. And I was like, why are the windows shaking? Like, I know the wind ain't blowing that daggone hard. Now, again, I had no idea what was going on. There was no wind advisory in effect yet. Nothing My Amazon home assistant, you know homegirl's name, she hadn't tell me nothing. Any other time she would have let me know something going on. She would have beep, beep, beep and all of that. But this time, Miss Ma'am said nothing. I'm like, hopefully they contain the fire. I'm going to, follow up on that in a minute. Then I just started seeing once I got on social media, I started seeing a lot of posts of pray for LA. And I'm like, wait, it ain't that serious, is it? Like, Pacific Palisades ain't that close to LA. Like, what are we talking about, right? That's when I learned of the other fires and how they started with, the high winds and stuff like that. And then eventually later on that day, we got a wind advisory. I'm like, you're a little too late, sis, but okay, thanks. And more fires started coming about. Next thing I know, Hollywood Hills is on fire. I would say by day 2, I could definitely smell the smoke. Kind of was seeping in a little bit in my through my windows. Not that they were open, but you know how it go. I felt like I could kind of smell it, and I was like, oh man, that's actually kind of scary. Okay. Sorry, got interrupted there for a second. But I have to say, I feel like for some reason my words just were not coming out the way I wanted it to, and my thoughts weren't flowing while I was sitting in there. I was trying to give y'all new little angles, new views, new areas of my house to record in, and girl, it was not working. It was not working. It was, I think, for some reason, that sit down gave me more pressure than I expected. I figured I might as well be productive and chat with y'all at the same time. So anyway, we were still talking about the fires. At that time, I don't think a lot of people really understood the gravity, myself included, of the situation. So I wasn't necessarily getting any text messages or calls or anything like that, other than the first initial one from my cousin on day 1. About the 3rd day, more and more people that were from out of town that knew I lived here started contacting me. I woke up to several messages of people asking how we're doing. Is everything okay? Are we okay? Because they see what's going on. It's finally making its rounds across America. And at the time, we were. I was like, oh yeah, we're fine. Luckily, we're not as close to the stuff that were happening, and I'm just hopeful and prayerful that they're able to get it under control today and all of that. But I was like, so far so good though. And I said that because the night before I had went to sleep knowing about them Hollywood Hills fires, and I'm like, whoo, baby, that's a little too close for comfort. My god sister, who lives in K-Town, she texted me and asked me if we were fine and how we were doing, and I told her, oh, we're great. And I was asking her how she was doing and making sure she didn't have any evacuation notices or anything, because K-Town is a little bit closer to the Hollywood Hills than I am, okay? It ain't next door neighbors, but I'm just saying, she's much closer to the other fire. I said to her, I asked her if she was being evacuated or anything, because I wanted to let her know that she can come stay at our house if she needed to leave. Because I was like, everything over here on the east side is all right. Like, so far we're cool. I kid you not. I want to say 45 minutes after I sent my god sister that text message, we got an evacuation alert. I'm on a call arguing with Amazon because their vendor stole my money. I'll get to that in a minute. Their vendor stole my money, so I'm on Amazon like, girl, what's really good? I'm trying to get my money. I'm trying to get my funds. And we get the blaring noise, and thank goodness she was so professional, and she kept talking through all the crazy background that she heard. My dad's phone, I have my dad's cell phone. His phone went off, my phone went off, and John's phone went off. And I'm on the phone while it's all going off. So it's like overstimulation, but also being told you need to evacuate. And I'm like, okay, So I'm still trying to be calm and stay on the phone with this lady because I didn't want to just bang on her like, oh shoot, I got to evacuate my bitch. Like, I didn't want to do that. But at the same time, I'm like, wait a minute. Let's let cooler heads prevail here. I need to go outside because I know that if I go outside to my light, we stay off of Washington. If I go to Washington, I can look down the street and see downtown. So unless it's like too much haze or whatever, but I can see downtown. So I'm like going out there. Next thing I know, my husband is also coming out there. It was another neighbor. She was coming from looking down the street as well. And she was basically telling us that she didn't see anything. And I don't know, that just seems kind of strange that we have an evacuation notice, but there is no fire in sight for us. We go and look for ourselves, and it was a lot of people outside, but at the time, I mean, it was around rush hour traffic time. It was the time that people was getting off of work anyway, so it was always going to be a lot of cars out there. So we look and all of that. I'm on the phone with the lady still when I get back in the house. Finally wrap that conversation up, and when I get off the phone with her, I jump in the other family group message I have for my husband's side. My sister-in-law then informs us that she heard that was a mistake because they got it too. So my brother-in-law and sister-in-law got the evacuation alert. My god sister in K-Town got the evacuation alert. Us over here on the east side, we also got the alert. Another thing is my husband's grandmother lives on this side of town. We're like 10 minutes away from her, 15 if it's a little bit of traffic. And of course she got it too. So my mother-in-law was saying that Viva had already packed up all her stuff. She was ready to go, honey. As y'all know, I am a Amazon Prime customer down. Okay, we are always opening up some boxes over here. So December 15th, my husband asked me, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, And I told him that what I wanted for Christmas is actually a little pricey, and I wasn't really sure if that was really going to be within our budget. Long story short, he asked me what it was. I told him what it was. I sent him the link. He purchased it. It was a link from Amazon that I had previously favorited. It had high reviews, and it was for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Yeah, so for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera, but the bundle. So I was excited about that because I'm like, new vlogging camera, because right now, babes, and all last year, I've been using my iPhone, which is an iPhone 12. It's not even the newest one. Using my phone has caused some kind of like storage issues on my iPad, on my phone, and all of that. So I was feeling like, oh, finally, I can stop recording off of my phone and use an external camera that has that just uses a little mini SD, and all the files can live there instead of living on my iPad. Anyway, I was excited. Thought I was going to get my camera. It said that it was going to arrive between December 24th and January 3rd. That's what it was. December 24th and January 3rd. Now, I'm in Texas at the time, by the time my husband ordered it. So I really wasn't too worried, and I honestly was hoping that it would come more closer to the January side than the December side, because I knew that on the 23rd, my husband was flying to Texas, and we weren't going to get back until the 27th. So I wasn't really sweating the January 3rd. That's the point. Okay? So we get back, and time goes by, and I'm over here like just excited, okay, off my rocker, like I cannot wait for this camera to get here. Like I was like, babe, I'm not recording anything in 2025 yet until my camera gets here. It said it's gonna be here on December 3rd anyway. That's totally fine. Plus, I wanted to give myself some time off to relax a bit because it was quite a lot to try to upload as frequently as I did during Vlogmas and still be present with my family. That was challenging. January 3rd arrives. I'm on the phone with my girls. This is the day that we do our virtual holiday party. And I said I was going to get here by 9 p.m. So I'm like, okay. 8:30 rolled around, and there's no... All my other Amazon orders are coming, but for whatever reason, that one still ain't here. And I'm like, if it's not here by 8:30, then that's usually a bad sign that I'm not gonna get it tonight. 9 o'clock, 9:15, I'm like, all right, I'm calling now. So I called Amazon. If you want to know how to call Amazon, just Google Amazon customer service phone number and you will find it. It's right there. No, I'm sorry. Before I called, I'm jumping the gun. I actually got on the little contact seller messenger, and I was going back and forth talking to the little AI thing, and it was trying to have all these generated things answers already available for me, and I didn't like that. But it was talking to the fucking AI. Calm down. It was talking to the AI thing that let me know that the seller is claiming that they refunded us on December 16th. And I'm like, why would the seller refund me on December 16th when we ordered it on December 15th? It's my Christmas present. We didn't initiate or ask for a refund. So as I was typing in, I didn't ask for a refund. The messenger thing just closes out. Like, it said, what did it say? It said the seller has left the platform. Like, in the middle of a conversation. I was like, okay, so I'm calling. So that's when I called, talked to the lady, and she first hit me with it says that the seller refunded you. I said, yeah, that doesn't make sense. So I go down, I do the rundown with her, just like I did with you. Ordered it on December 15th. It is my Christmas present. My husband ordered it. I just asked him. He confirmed that he did not receive a refund of $515, mind you. And that was a sale price. It was on sale for that price. So he has not received that, and we didn't get any email or anything like that. If I would have gotten an email, I wouldn't be on the phone with you right now, because I would be under the impression that I have a refund and I need to look for a different seller. But that's not what happened. We didn't get any communication that we were refunded. The only reason why I know that I was allegedly refunded is because I talked to the AI bot before I called you. So she goes and digs deeper. And this is interesting because it's like, so this whole time you could have dug a little bit deeper to find out if I was in fact refunded, but I needed to advocate for myself first, and I needed to insist that I didn't receive anything before you finally was like, well, let me check into this. It's a problem. The whole point is I need you to check into this, period. So she goes and checks it out, and she's like, yeah, I can see here that the seller says that they refunded you, but I don't see anywhere where they initiated a refund, where it shows that they even initiated a refund, nor do I see that there was a refund applied to any of your cards on the account. And that's it, precisely. And she said, okay, yeah, that's weird. That's not right. We don't do business like that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, well, it says that they're pushing the delivery date to January 9th now. But here's my issue. It's claiming that it's supposedly in FedEx's hands. When you go on the app and look at it, it'll say FedEx. But if you check the tracking, it only says that it left the what's it called? It left the shipper's facility on December 15th. And I was like, now, does that even make sense? Why would it leave the shipper's facility on December 15th, the day that I purchased it, allegedly be en route, but you claim you gave me a refund the very next day? Why would you refund me something that was already on its way to me? Right? So she agreed that was very strange and that was some shady business practices. So she said, okay, so I'm going to contact, I as in Amazon, we're going to contact the vendor on our side to find out what the heck is going on and tell them that they need to follow up with you and tell you what's up. And I was like, okay, cool. She said that should take about 48 hours. Mind you, this is January 3rd, so that's a Friday. So she said, if they don't say anything to you by Sunday, call us back on Monday so we can expedite this. I said, all right, cool. So Monday comes along, nothing. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to wait actually until January 9th just to make sure, just to cover all bases. One, that's giving the vendor way more than 48 hours to get back to me, giving it the opportunity to show up on January 9th or not. Well, January 9th gets here, it didn't. So yeah, never showed up, called them, had the whole conversation, had to tell her that there was already notes on my account because that's what the lady told me the last time, so I don't have to repeat myself. As I talked to that lady though, it wasn't a whole lot she could do. And I told her, you need to transfer me to somebody that can do more than what you can do. Like, I understand that you have a level of clearance and authorization of things that you're able to do. That's why I'm asking to talk to someone who might have more flexibility than you. That's what I need right now, because I've already done all the other stuff. Because she was trying to say, well, we're going to have to wait 48 hours for the sale. No, I don't. I already did that. I'm on the next step. I'm beyond that at this point. This is me calling back because the vendor hasn't gotten back to me. Lo and behold, do you know she dug a little deeper, found out that this vendor was already under investigation for shady business, and that I was like, so you need to just refund me my money, because you have looked and I have looked. We all know that I have not gotten my money, nor have I gotten my product, so therefore the money has been stolen from me. I need my money back. And she started trying this, well, it's a third party. Babe, this is on your platform. This is on your platform. Your platform took my money. Your platform need to give it back. That's what I need. So anyway, she did all the things that she was supposed to do and said all the things she's supposed to say. And she was nice and calm and all of that. However, I was just like, I'm not waiting another 48 hours for somebody to get back to me. So I was like, you need to transfer me to somebody else. So she goes and talks to her supervisors. They don't want to talk to me. But they told her to tell me that in 48 hours, they're going to go ahead and just refund me. And I said, okay, I'll take that. I'll take a refund in 48 hours. But I'm not sitting another 48 hours to wait for somebody to just contact me and there's still no resolution here. I will wait 48 hours for my refund. She did say, though, if they don't get back to you in 48 hours, call back. Because then you're going to basically be directed to the supervisor right away. I'm like, okay. I'll give y'all a chance to give me my money back. Yeah, somebody stole my money because they didn't give us the product that we paid for. Crazy. So that's been my 2025 so far. How about yours?